Hey guys, it's AwesomeJohn22 and I'm very happy to bring you a review of Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime from Beast Hunters. Oh, I love this guy. This is going to be another one of those reviews where I gush a lot. We finally got confirmation that Optimus Prime in Transformers Prime Beast Hunters, that being the final season of Transformers Prime, does look, if not exactly like this, pretty much just like this. He has a new body. Pardon the writing on my hand. He does have a new body that looks very much like this, minus the spikes. He doesn't have the spikes in the show, and you can't really hide them either, which is a little annoying. I don't know, maybe he'll get them later. This guy is just so cool. He's bulky, he's heavy, he has the flat truck front, like the more classic Optimus Prime. I just love him. I love the look of him. I love that he's got booster rockets, which are removable, by the way. I love that his booster assembly thing here does look a bit like a trailer, which makes him look even more classic, and I love that if you unpeg these side pieces, you can turn him into a truck with wings. And he's got a pretty impressive wingspan. That's pretty freaking cool. He's very, what's the word I'm looking for? He invokes a lot of past Optimus Prime designs, while not really resembling any of them too much, being his own unique thing. You can see a little bit of a gap there, which is kind of annoying. Entirely plastic wheels, unpainted, which I'm going to fix with some silver pen eventually. Green windows, which is probably the only detail of this thing I don't like. That and the fact that his Star Saber is green. Which means I probably will pick up the Takara version of this toy at some point, which has, I think, clear black windows and an appropriately blue Star Saber. Though this could be actually due to a plot point in the show. They have mentioned in the series that the green synthetic Energon might be making a reappearance. So maybe this is Optimus Prime hopped up on synthetic Energon. Who knows? Transformation is relatively simple and actually reminiscent again of a lot of Prime figures without being identical to any of them, which is always nice. You unpeg these pegs from his legs, and then, so you don't forget like I usually do, come in and fold these heels out of his feet, his giant freaking feet. Untab these panels from the legs as well. Try not to do what I just did and pop his wheel out, which is very easy. It just taps right in there. Though, that's not a negative, that's just a generic fact. Take these, fold the spikes back, bring them together, peg them together, bring his legs down, like so. You may be saying, but wait, aren't his legs backwards? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Come up here, take this whole thing and bring it up, and come here to his arms, bring them around. Next, sorry, I had to fix my camera for a second. Next, we're going to bring his arms out. You can see his head there. We're going to rotate. Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Oh, right. We're going to take this. Why is it not working? There we go. Bring this forward. Sorry, I just had this wedged underneath it. Bring this forward, and then rotate the whole torso around so you can see his grill, is now in his abdomen where it belongs. Bring the head up, as I've already done, without telling you, sorry. Make sure those are clipped in. Come back to the back again. Bring this whole assembly up flush. Then bring his backpack, if you can actually see it, down. And then down again, where it will actually clip in there, like so. I like to then take his smokestacks and orient them up so that they're correctly placed by his shoulders. Split his wings, like so. Bring his arms down. Bring his shoulder pads up. And there you have Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Optimus Prime. And again, he does a pretty freaking good job of looking like he does now in the series, though the details on his arms are a little different. Again, he doesn't have these spikes, and he has more of the classic Optimus Prime head than this one. But I don't mind it too much. It's still a decent Optimus Prime head with some good light piping. Green light piping, but still good. You can see great silver paint. It's not chrome, but it's silver. Good, pretty good paint, just in general anyway. In an era where figures don't get as much paint anymore, this guy has some pretty good paint, and he's a big figure. I will show you next to a 3 3/4 inch figure. He's pretty freaking big. He's bigger than the average Voyager class figure anymore. But he is bigger because he's a little hollow. Which, he's not, I mean, he's solid. He's just a little hollow. And I think that's great. If hollowing the toy out a little bit without sacrificing its stability allows them to make bigger figures at the same price point, I say go for it. I'm all for that. That's great. He does have these boosters. They can act as hand weapons if I can get them in there. It's a tight fit. Though we haven't seen him hold a gun like this in the series, and these do open. We have, however, seen in the series that he has boosters on his backpack. So what I like to do is take these and put them in their other position, which, again, I'm having trouble getting in the hole. There we go. And make them boosters on his backpack. These do come with missiles. I've already lost the missiles. Sorry, guys. But, I mean, you know what they do. You push the button and they shoot. So I'm not that worried about it. You can see now he has booster rockets. Very cool. Now, would he be able to fly with that? No. He's still a giant robot. He'd still be too heavy, but it's very cool looking. And I like it. Again, he invokes the memory of some more classic Optimus Primes. Specifically, the Transmetal Beast Wars Optimus Prime, who also came out of nowhere with a new body and also could suddenly fly. And the Cybertron, I believe it was, Optimus Prime, because he has the similar shape in the chest. I did mention, aside from the little guns, he does also come with the Starsaber. And aside from the fact that it's green instead of blue, this is a really good Starsaber. I believe there's a third-party version of this out too, though. I may want to check out. I'm going to look into it. But for now, I'm just excited that we got this. This is cool. This is like, if you don't know, this is like his ultimate weapon from the series. It's a artifact of Cybertron. It can cut pretty much anything, and it can throw freaking energy waves, which is just awesome. It's basically a lightsaber and a key attack all in one, and it's fantastic. I mentioned we didn't see him with handguns in the series, unless you count, he did in his first appearance have a giant kind of underslung hand cannon. It was kind of a Gatling cannon. I have been simulating the Gatling cannon with this. It's the weapon from, look at the green through the Star Saber shining on it. That's pretty cool. It is the gun from War for Cybertron, or Fall of Cybertron rather, Sideswipe, and it extends here. I usually keep it pulled in and plug it in to the underside of his hand, like so. And I just realized that was completely off camera. It's just a standard peg, and now he has giant Optimus Prime cannon that he can shoot people with. And that just looks fantastic to me. I love it. Overall, I just love this figure. I'm actually doing a better job at not gushing than I thought. I just love this figure. I mean, look at that. That is just cool. This is like Optimus Prime as a bruiser. We see in the show he can shoot missiles in his vehicle mode. He probably has other weapons in vehicle mode. He's almost invulnerable. He can fly, and he has all these kick-ass weapons. He's got missiles. He's got lasers. He's got a Gatling gun. He's got the Star Saber. This is the Optimus Prime that every kid wants to see in action. In terms of articulation, he does have elbow up to about there. Rotation here in the bicep. Shoulder in and out. His head is not on a ball joint, it's on a swivel joint. But it can turn pretty far. It can't turn all the way because of some raised bits here. But it can turn pretty far, and the transformation joint does allow him to look up, though it's cheating a little bit. No ab articulation, even though he has a transformation joint here. This seals it up. Full hip articulation on a double swivel joint. Rotation at the knee and articulation at the knee. And some really good articulation in the foot, though no side-to-side articulation. I'm reaching that part of the review where I try to talk about the things that are wrong with the figure, if there are any, and I'm having trouble coming up with anything to say negative about this guy. He looks cool. He's got good articulation. He's got decent paint. He's got great detail. He's a cool figure. If I had to point out anything wrong with him, it's that, and you can see here what I mean, these tabs here don't want to stay, which can be a little annoying. You hear those ratchets. That's fantastic. Yeah, that doesn't want to stay in very well. Also, there are some pretty big differences between the design of this guy and the design of the character as he appears right now in the series. I'm hoping he gets yet another upgrade in the series to look a little more like this. Otherwise, though, he looks pretty close, and so this is actually the Prime I've been displaying on my Transformers Prime shelf. I'm really looking forward to now getting my hands on the new upcoming Ultra Magnus, who has another Cybertronian artifact. He has the... where this destroys, Ultra Magnus has the kind of creation counterpart, the Forge of Sigma Prime or something like that. It's a giant hammer. It's a giant hammer that somehow when it hits stuff, it fixes them instead of destroying it, though Magnus uses it as a weapon, which is very, very cool. I mean, it really says something that Ultra Magnus is cool enough that he can use a tool for creation as a weapon for destruction. And that figure is going to look amazing next to this guy. I just can't wait. Transformers Prime Beast Hunters is just doing some really fun stuff. And so far, one of the most fun things I've seen it do is this guy. I've got some more Beast Hunters reviews coming up. I haven't been buying the Beast Hunters Autobots for the most part, unless they're unique characters. I'm not that big on the spiky redesigns they've been getting. But I have been buying some of the Predacons. So we'll be taking a look at those guys soon. And then I'm going to go back and do some older Prime figures. Overall, though, this guy is just... I can't recommend this guy enough. Now, there is a Supreme Class version of him coming out. If you're more into that, because I do think it has some details that are a little closer to the series model. If you're into that, wait for him. He's going to be fantastic, too, from the looks of him. But this guy's more in scale with the other figures in the line. He's still great looking. He's still a fantastic toy, and he's cheaper, and he's already out. So I recommend that you guys run out and pick this guy up as soon as possible if you are at all into collecting Transformers or Optimus Prime or Transformers Prime figures, or you just like the look of this guy because, hell, I believe that there are guys out there who don't like Transformers and yet really enjoy the look of this guy because this guy just looks boss. So this has been Awesome John 22. Wow. I just hit the table. So this has been Awesome John 22 saying I will talk to you guys later.